Welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online, and the character you see before you is a dwarven hunter, which is a little bit of a role-playing no-no, but I always think to myself that he hung out with a lot of elves, and I get teased about it too. But in any case, this is part 2 of the gear video lecture, and this hunter who is level 20 is going to go to the auction hall to see if he can find some gear that will help him maximize his potential, if I can get in the door to the auction house. Now, the idea here is that I'm giving you a sense of the way that gear is as important as it is within the game, which is part of Lord of the Rings Online, is also a part of World of Warcraft and many other games, and corresponds, I think, pretty exactly with the role of gear that we talked about in the Iliad in the last lecture. Let me see. Alright, I'm messing this up, but there we go. So let me show you his character journal, and on the character journal you can see his gear. And he has various jewelry, +6 will for this Aranora's bracelet, which is a quest reward. His pants are Candites leather leggings, also a quest reward, +6 will for that. That means he can do more cool skills, if you will, as it were. And here is a bow that is crafted by...
Warning.
Character, controlled by a person who is actually in the course the first time around, and so he gets his Kleos. Let me show you the bow again. It's a hardened yew bow. It has 15.1 DPS, stands for damage per second, wield +1% critical hit chance for ranged auto attacks. That's because it's a bow, but the most important thing is the DPS, damage per second, and you'll see that the minimum level, well, you won't see, but I'll tell you, the minimum level to wield this bow is 21.
Warning.
There is a level 23 hunter, and in fact I need another weapon because I am a dual wielder, as I was recently informed, just to show that...
Warning.
I don't really know very much about playing a hunter, although I'm learning. Alright, so I'm going to go talk to an auctioneer. We're in the auction house, and I'm going to see what is for sale in the way of weapons that I can wield in my other hand. Now, I really think that I should probably have an axe because I'm a dwarf. So I'm going to look for the various axes, and these are going to be crafted axes that people have made and now want to sell. The Peerless Thane's axe is being sold here for 6 gold. It has 44.8 DPS. You have to have a minimum level of 58 to wield it. The one I have currently is the Swift Bear Knife of Fate, and that is worth a lot less. Alright, so I'm going to go down to some weapons that are not ringed in red, meaning I can't use them, and look at this, minimum level 16 Fine Steel Axe. This looks like it might actually be a good acquisition for me, even though it's not quite up to my level. Now, of course, I could get to make me a weapon for my other hand, but for the sake of this argument, I'm actually going to pay the 110 silver that is being asked here. You know what? I won't. I'll just tell you about it, and then I'm going to ask...
Warning.
Hey, if you're watching this, could I have a weapon for my other hand? In any case, I'll find some way to put a weapon in my other hand at some point. But the point is of what I'm doing right now to show you how important the gear is. You can get it at the auction house, you can have your friends craft it, and also you can get it dropped off of monsters, foes, mobs as they're often called, and then wield it in order to fulfill your role in a fellowship. And in the next lecture of the gear series, I'm going to show how the gear allows you to fulfill your role in a fellowship by looking into the classes and their various gear, and the importance in group quests of having the right gear. That is, having enough DPS, having enough statistics so that you are a functional member of the group, which in Lord of the Rings Online is called a fellowship, for obvious reasons if you know Tolkien, and in World of Warcraft I think is just called a group. In any case, that'll bring us to the end of this kind of opening description of what gear is like in these games, and we'll move on from here to more specific concerns.